All right, folks, before we head back to court, I want to bring in my guest for this hour, joining us, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor David Bruno. David, great to see you as always. This is one of those cases where the defense is arguing, in fact, that presence is not participation. And I've said this before. In most cases, I'm skeptical, right, because based on the facts of the case. Here, I'm a little more open to that idea. They've got some facts that are beneficial to that view, that narrative. I'd love to get your thoughts on the case.
Yeah, sure. On a case like this, look, she's accomplice on the top count and then conspiracy on the second, and both require a shared intent, Michael. I mean, just being there is not enough. And that's the jury instruction that this jury is going to get at the end of the case. And it's going to require the prosecutor to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she shared in the mental requirement, the mens rea of intent to murder. So certainly that's the issue in the case. But Michael, before we even get to that, I gotta really wonder what this prosecutor's strategy is trying her first, because she is definitely the least culpable out of everybody. They're giving the playbook to the rest of the defendants on death penalty cases as to how this case is going to go in. The defense attorneys are going to have transcripts. They're going to know what was said, and they're going to be able to use this case to prepare for the more serious death penalty cases that are upcoming. I just got to wonder, what are they thinking to go first on her when they have death penalty cases that are lying in wait, and it's going to give advantages to the co-defendants on this first trial?
Now, we've talked about retrials many times. Sometimes a lot of people who could come on the show talk about the fact that prosecutors sometimes get an advantage by trying again. Maybe they see those cases as easier because they have them on tape. There's a lot more information. Even in the opening statements, I made the comment that they seem to be talking about the other guys more so than her. So I think they have a strong case. Maybe this is an opportunity for them to try out what they have before they go to that case. But let me ask you this question before we have to go back into court. She's being tried alone. The reason she's being tried alone is because she's the only one not charged with a death penalty or not facing the death penalty. I think that's a huge win for her. If she's sitting in the courtroom with the others, I think her chances of acquittal go way, way down.
Absolutely. I mean, it sanitizes this presentation for this particular defendant. She also looks the part there, you know, and that's what's being argued, that, look, she didn't have the intent or share. So a lot's to come, Michael, but be on the lookout for those defenses and the requirement that the prosecutor's got to prove it, that she shared in the intent.
Yeah, fair enough. Absolutely. All right, stand by.